processes worked when you were in a previous job or maybe you had a previous business doesn't mean that they're going to work in your current business. Oftentimes we get comfortable and confident going into new endeavors that we're not seeing the gaps. And then all of a sudden realization hits in that things aren't working. What are you going to do now? What's the next step? And I'm so happy to have with me here on Make It Click today, my good friend Catharina Gimre from Gimre Health. Welcome to Make It Click, Catharina.
Thank you so much, Christine, to have me here as a guest today. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
I asked you to be my guest because when we were talking recently, you were relating to me how prior to launching Gimre Health, you were doing something else. What were you doing?
I was working. I don't really know what you are referring to.
When you were telling me about being a career coach?
Yeah. Then I know what kind of thing. Yes, I was a
Which
career
one? Okay, I'm
coach.
sorry. Yeah, because
Yeah,
many
I'm
different things.
sorry.
But yeah, when you were
Yeah,
a career coach,
yeah, you are a career
and
coach.
what process did you have to go through to get clients to make money?
Yeah, and when I was working with that, I did. It wasn't me were bringing me the clients. The clients came from another um,
Mm.
source, so it wasn't me who doing the advertising and nothing like that. So, um, what do you say? I'm from Sweden, so I sometimes I forget words. Uh, I didn't know how many clients I would have month to month because maybe some month I get 5, a month I get 20, and it was not that I could. Um, it wasn't the advertising to get it, so I
Mm.
was in other people's hands.
Yeah. So you didn't have to like come up with copy to put yourself out there and figure out, like what's going to bring clients in. But then on the other hand, like you say, how many clients you had month to month varied and that was out of your control. But it was working for you somewhat. And I guess you didn't have a website. You
No,
didn't have to do email marketing. Um,
no, it
so
was my own company. I was at my own company, but I I relate or be in their custody to take
Mm,
care of the client. So
yeah.
it was a choice always. No.
So then you decided to launch Gimre Health, to do your
Yeah.
own thing. Tell me about the early days of Gimre Health and how, what did you have the same thing of getting clients automatically and, you didn't have to do a whole lot for it?
I had one leg in that company and one leg outside. So I both, and then I had to like advertise for me who I was and show people with,
Mhm.
and my superpowers that I had to show off, that was me. So,
Mm.
but it was I was hiding before behind the scene, having the clients, but not being able to do the choice between. And then I was
Mhm.
out there, and it was my name and everything. So it wasn't. So yeah, scary it was.
Yeah, now
And
you something you said to me that you learned was about asking for help, and that you feel that when you don't ask for help, it's costing you money. Can you talk about that a
yeah,
little bit?
yeah, yeah. And I think that is a lot of people out there that is struggling with that, that we are not asking for help, that we are not saying, I'm good at this, but I'm not so good at this other thing. So, and that was struggling. I understood that I'm good at this with coaching, and I'm good at this, but I'm not good at doing put myself in a way. So that I you need to have help with that, with people that know how to do that, how
Mhm.
to look into content and everything, how to put yourself out there. There are people like you coming in helping because you are a person like that, somebody too, that are stuck in that way that you can help with, and I'm doing my way. Ask for help. That is for me very, very important, that I have learned that do before, but when I came
And
out to be the
do uh, do you feel that you didn't ask for help soon enough that maybe it should have come quicker? Because you're saying about costing you money. I mean, were you
yeah,
trying to wing it on your own for a while?
yes, yes, I naive that I can do everything. Then I understood that my superpower wasn't everything, and I don't think anybody has power to do everything their own. And I don't
Yeah.
think that you should be alone. You should have some kind of partners in different way that comes into your company and helps you. Sometimes you need then you need somebody else, and you have to ask for all that help, because you cannot do everything by your own, because that is
Mm,
costing you money. Then you can do what your superpower is.
yeah, yeah. So, okay, so you learned about asking for help. Now, what about the comment you said about not going everywhere? What are you referring to?
um, I think it is very important to have focus on what you are doing, and not doing everything
Mm,
in the same time, because nothing, you don't get any money about trying to do everything at at uh, at the same time. So that is because you have to have focus, and decide on this, I'm good, this I want to do. But then you're
mm,
thinking of the me in the beginning, and saying, I don't have afford to have some with different things, but it's also
mm.
costing you money in the beginning. So take for help, and you know who is coming and help you, but somebody will come and help you with the small, and you understand that, oh, it's better I leave it for somebody else to do, because it goes much faster than I am doing it myself.
Yeah, yeah. The message of not going everywhere and jumping into everything comes at a really good time for us here in the US, Katerina, because tomorrow is our Thanksgiving Day and the day after is our Black Friday, where everybody's got all these specials going on. Oh, you need this, you need that. So it's a great message to say, whoa, wait a minute. Just because it's a good price, just because it's on special doesn't mean you need it. Only take what you really need at the moment. So, yeah, that message comes at a great time for us here. Thank you for that. Um, now I know that you have had a business coach for some time, and, tell us a little bit about your experience. A lot of times, and that's where part of what I help clients do is to really enhance what they're doing with their business coach, because oftentimes people don't know how to implement what they are doing, what the coach is telling them to do, and therefore a lot of times the coaching doesn't go well. And I wanna help both sides here. I want the coaches to have more success with their clients and the clients to have more successes. And there's I don't know if you remember, something that you had said to me about working with your coach this past year, that you did everything. Is that true? That whatever your coach told you to do, you did it.
She always refer that I that I did everything, and I she compared me with other people that didn't do everything, but every coaching I had, I was always there, not listening to the recordings. I was always there to ask questions because I was investing money, and I was investing my to get the most of the coaching time. And
Mhm.
also when it was you can be there and ask the question directly, it is much better because then you are in the content and whatever we are doing late or whatever. Because my coach program, I just love it because she's doing one thing every month, and then we go deep in that on how that is function, and then it's me to implement it in my business. Sometimes it could be things that is not for me right now, but I have learned, so it's there. So for example, we were doing speaker cards, and then oops, doing an event, and I needed speaker cards, and they were already done. So I was
Mm.
prepared for what's coming in the future. So that is, and I wouldn't be so prepared for things that came to me if I hadn't been doing all these different strategies that she's learning out for us month to month,
Mhm.
because I hadn't been so prepared. That is and I she helped me with my speaking, and when I gonna have a speaking gig, help, and yeah, and she just pointed it out. Then we do a really good speaking here for you. Have all these things inside. So, and I just thought, wow, is it like this you are doing it? So yeah, it is important to have those support. Give yourself that support, because
Mhm.
that is what, if you have a coach, you you give yourself that support.
Yeah. Well, these are great messages, Katerina, of asking for help, and when you do get the help, to implement, follow what you're being told, and it works out. Our audience has gotten so much value uh, from you sharing your journey. If someone wants to get in touch with you, Katerina, what's the best way for that?
Contact me on LinkedIn. That is on my phone, and I can say yes and say hello directly to them. So it's very to contact me, because
And
then
that's
I'm there.
Catharina Gimre Health. Okay, great. I
Yeah.
do I do have one last question for you, Katerina. I don't wanna put you on the spot here, but, When it comes to the technology that you use in your business, we're using Restream here right now. Some people use Zoom for things like this, but there's all sorts of different tools that we all use in our business. Is there one tool that you can't live without, that you just say, this really is helping me in my business, and besides your phone? Okay.
Oh, uh,
Is there
the
something you
easiest
use
way,
almost every day?
yeah, what I'm using every day is Zoom,
Mm,
because that only every people knows about Zoom and can and do that for easy.
mhm,
But
mhm.
I also FaceTime a lot because that is
Oh,
also very easy.
mm. And these applications are wonderful that it's connected the world. That's initially how you and I met, yeah, through a Zoom.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
thank
And I know it's a really good tool also.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this has been a wonderful conversation, Katerina. Thank you so much for being my guest today on Make It Click.
Thank you so much, Christine, for having me as today. So I thank you everybody who has been here today.